Okay, welcome back. I want to just mention here at the start that I've realized that I'm very much a creature of habit when it comes to my life, and this part of the project really puts that to the test, because right now it's sort of like it's not super clear what we're doing. I mean, especially, or at least the videos that I'm making about this, it's kind of hard to make parts of the videos because part of the project I can't really share on screen, because there might be like keys or things like that that get exposed, and I don't want to accidentally do any of that. So that sort of means that it changes the whole structure of what I'm doing here. Like, I've been in the routine for 10 months, 11 months, something like that, of doing the exact same thing, like getting up, filming and programming, working on the app. But now all of a sudden we're not programming that much anymore. We're just figuring out how to get the app published. And that little shift makes me feel like, well, today, for instance, the only thing that I can or should do, really, I think, is publish the app. And then I can like edit videos. That's what I could do. But I need to just get it sent in to Google Play and to the Apple App Store, and get it to be reviewed. Because right now, last video, I tried to do a live stream where I was hoping that people would join it and want to test the app out, but no one really expressed interest in testing it out, if that makes sense. And I don't know really why. Maybe it's just too few people watching it to actually want to try it out, or maybe it's anything else. Because I couldn't really imagine that there wouldn't be anyone that would want to try it as a beta tester on at least based on the fact that there are a few people watching these videos. So even if there was like 20 people watching it, if 20 people have been watching it since the start, or like on and off since the start, I would imagine that if I was one of those people, I would definitely be interested in testing the app out, kind of seeing what it's like. But I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't. So the way to kind of deal with that minor or that acute failure, because that was a failure. I thought we were going to do something completely different, so that was a fail. But the way to deal with that is then to change the plan and adapt and like overcome it. And the way to adapt to that, I am assuming here, is going to be to just publish the app, and then I can ask you guys to send me, or I can post a link to the app here on the channel, and hopefully someone will download it. And if not, that's okay. There are still some things that need to be worked out before I start the proper marketing part of this project. And the proper marketing part, or what needs to be done before that, is we need to add some sort of payment system. I don't really like payment systems in apps, but in this case, we have to have one because the whole app uses phone calls, and phone calls cost money for me to provide. So even though it's going to be free for the first hour almost of phone calls for the users, I'm assuming that if the app gets to the point where I would want it to get, then people are going to run out of those minutes and will or if there's enough users, then we'll have to decrease the amount of free minutes that they get, because I'll need to pay for the users to be there. So yeah, that's why we just need to implement a payment system so that people can pay for more minutes. It's going to be pretty cheap, I think. I did a calculation of this like 4 or 5 months ago, I think, and from what I remember, it's not an expensive thing at all. And I want to keep it as low cost as possible while still giving some sort of profit to me as the creator, because that's the whole goal, is to get to a point where I can live off of the project, whether that is the profits that I would make from it, or whether that is from like selling the app at some point or getting investors into it. But that's a long way ahead, I think. So now again, the only thing that I can do today, I think, is to publish the app. And once it's published, or because most likely we'll run into bugs or things that they have problems with when they go through the like testing phase of the Apple App Store, at least. And my experience with that is that you think that the app is done, you send it in, and then you get it back. You're like, oh, this didn't work. So then you have to fix that, and then you send it back, and then you keep doing that. And this is also a problem, because each time you send it in, it takes like anywhere from, in my experience, anywhere from like a day to like 5 days to get it back. I don't remember if it's taken longer. It could possibly have taken longer. But in that case, it's like, well, what do we do with the videos? Because I want to keep making videos. I feel very good about the routine that I have, and I need to maintain the routine for my own sake. And so if there's, like, if I send it in now and then we wait until I don't know when to get it approved, and let's say it takes a week, then I don't have anything to really make a video about, I don't think. Like, I could start doing the payment system and like implementing that, but we'd have to do like a branch in Git and work on that feature separately. And then if we do get feedback from the distribution side that there are bugs, then I'll have to go back to the original branch and kind of work on that, which I have to figure out how to do. I think it's not super difficult, and that might be what we need to do. But that's also one of those things that's like a little shift in my super clear routine. Like the routine's been so easy to follow. It's 3 days a week. I get up at 9, or rather 4 days a week, I code. So 4 days a week I get up and I start working at 9, work until 12, edit the video, and then every Wednesday, so this is Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then every Wednesday I spend editing like shorts or like whatever else might need editing. And that routine has been super solid. It's been very healthy for me as a mentally, I would say. And yeah, I don't really want to let it go, but when you get to this sort of stage where it's like, does it make sense to show a 1 hour long video of me just sitting here staring at a screen where you actually don't see what I'm doing? Maybe not. And so that makes me kind of question what I should do or when I film. And that whole questioning thing is not good, because that kind of unravels the whole routine for me very easily. But yeah, let's just try to publish the app today. And we'll see if we can first of all get it published, or if that's not, if it's not possible. Because I think there's some things that we might need to do, like screenshots and things like that, that Apple will want. Okay, so what I wanted to do is basically speed everything up and like not do it properly. So essentially, I just wanted to, because we're in beta testing right now. It's the app might not even look the same like 5 months from now. But I'm realizing that it's just freaking hard to get this stuff to work. So instead of going through all that stuff of like changing everything, I feel like why not just use Canva to create proper screenshots that kind of look good and submit them, and they'll just get accepted straight away instead of dealing with all the stuff that I'm trying to deal with. $12.84. Okay. Perfect. Now we have our designs here. So now what we could do is, well, let's just add, can I, so we're going to look at how Hinge does it, and then we're going to basically copy that. So wait. We have one more. Okay, so this is what Hinge does. So Hinge starts out with this thing. Then they move on to adding like a little, like this is what the phone looks like to them or for them. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that, but that's what it looks like. It kind of shows the app and how it works, and I think it's pretty good. And I think this is like the industry standard way of doing it now. I would be interested in seeing what it looks like on an iPad, but so easily strike up conversations. They have some sort of title, and then they have the app and showing like what it actually looks like to use the app. So we're going to try to do something similar. New, find a window. What? Desktop, app screenshots. And then we'll have a look here. How many of these do we want? This one is good. This one is really good, I think. That one's good. Okay, let's just figure out what we could do. Okay, I feel like I thought we had. Turns out we don't really have screenshots of what I would like to have screenshots of. So we're gonna have to run the app again. Okay, so this is a screenshot of the app. I would like to see what they've done again. Okay. So I guess they take away this stuff that just shows which type of device you're on. Makes sense. Now, can we add a frame to this? Actually, can you... Let's ask Gemini instead. In a new chat, create a PNG if this can do this. Like, sometimes I feel like the simplest tasks they just struggle with. Not really great. Try to make it look like an iPhone 16 Pro Max. Okay, that's just not good. PNG phone frame. Can we find one that's... Can we be more specific with Gemini? So let's do new chat. Create a transparent background image. Okay, so ChatGPT came up with this, which I think is good, but let's ask it. Oh, great! Such a good wireframe that Gemini came up with. I mean, this is so bad. I feel like I should find a tool that can be used to just create one myself. Framer. Is this one good? Designed for free. Okay. Okay, this might actually work. So we're getting a frame here for the phone. Now what we want to do is we would like to, yes, we want to do this. So that way we've cut that and then we move it slightly up like that. Okay, that's probably going to be pretty good because then we can move, let's move it, no. Okay, good enough. Okay, why can't we move this separately? I would like to. Okay, we can now move it separately. Okay, either way, maybe we can just delete that. And add another rectangle. We will put somewhere like that. Okay, I don't really know if that looks too good, but what we can do is we can double check. This frame, you can see what that looks like. Okay, so what they did is they've got them a little bit taller. So what I would like is we're gonna do another rectangle that we just use as like a guide. That looks to be about the middle. Okay, that looks pretty good, I would say. The question is, yeah, that's good enough. We don't need to spend too much time on this. We've already spent a fair amount just to get this to work, but okay. Now what we want to do is how do we save it without the background? Now, if this is not possible, then I will freak out. Perfect. And now, how do I save it? Okay, how do you export framer? Select the element or frame you want to export. No, that's not how you do it. I mean, am I completely crazy, or is this just, it's not possible to export it? How to... But how do you do it on frame?
Yo, my name is Benjamin and I'm excited to reintroduce exporting. We have completely re-engineered the image exporting features available in the Windows and macOS apps. For those unfamiliar, you can download our desktop apps on, then find the exporting feature in the...
Are you kidding me? All right, now we're closer. We have our wireframe and we have our What oh my god. Good job. All right. We will increase the size. Down slightly. Okay, that's pretty good. Now what we want to do is we want to add a title up here of some kind. So the title should be something like no more endless texting. And we will use whatever So we want something that's easy to read, and that adds some sort of interestingness. Like Avenir I like generally, but it's just that it doesn't look very good here because it's too basic. I feel we need something that kind of sticks out a little bit, but it shouldn't stick out too much, and it shouldn't be too boring. So Times New Roman, for instance, it just feels very boring. Well, maybe not actually. So let's go 100 in size. No more endless texting. And then we'll change the background color to just be slightly off. I want to see what it looks like if we use like a brown color. Okay, good job. Now it looks better, I think. But I think maybe we want the corners even more rounded, because right now it looks a little bit off. So we're gonna do even more rounded corners. Maximum rounded corners. Does that do what we want? I think so. And then same thing here, maximum rounded corners. Okay, we're not going to have red obviously as the background color, but we just want to see, or I want to see, what colors we could use. Okay, let's just do it simple. No more endless texting. Okay, we can also get the screenshot that we need. All right. Oh shit. Hello. Okay, so we don't get the undulation of the things when we do it like this. Screenshot that. Screenshots. Then we'll delete that, and then we'll do duplicate page. Perfect. No more endless texting. Imagine if... Can you even say imagine if Love Is Blind was a dating app? Because that might... Is that like copyright or something? Oh, I struggle with this stuff. When it's like, when ChatGPT becomes this type of person where it's like, excellent question, and you're right to ask it before using that phrase publicly. Let's unpack this carefully. Using the phrase is probably fine in limited descriptive marketing context if you follow a few key rules. But if you use it prominently, like in ads, app listings of logos, it can raise trademark and publicity issues. Let's go through. Love is Blind is a trademark Netflix owns. That means they can stop others from using it in a way that implies official association, sponsorship, endorsement. Quora, the Love is Blind dating app. Think of it like Love is Blind, but in real life. Then that's protected under nominative. You can usually mention a trademark name to describe or compare your own product as long as the use is necessary to identify the show. You use only as much as needed. You don't imply affiliation or endorsement. Imagine if Love is Blind fits this as long as the overall ad doesn't make it look like Quora is partnered with Netflix. Tone and placement in the article, blog post, risky use example in your app store description. In paid ads, banners, or promo videos. A dating app inspired by them. Date with your heart first, not your eyes. Okay. Imagine if Love is Blind was. Okay, I really like this because attraction starts with a conversation. I think that's something that we're going to use because, well, because I think it's a pretty good line. Because attraction starts with conversation. With a conversation is what I think is better. The question is, how do you, maybe we should decrease the size to 90 and see what happens. 90. Connection starts with conversation is what we're going to go with. And then we need some sort of like talk first and then find out who you've been talking to. I mean, I think this looks pretty good. So we're going to see how many images they had. They have, what do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let's just let's save these ones and see if they get accepted. So download. So now comes the test where we'll okay, they did show up there, which is good. Real connections with real people, no more endless texting, because connection starts with conversation. I mean, I think this looks pretty good for the app. I mean, compared to what I started out with today, which was just screenshots of the app, this actually does look like we have something. All right, but now it's almost 11 a.m. and I have booked a lunch with a friend of mine, so I'm gonna have to go, but I'm pretty happy with this. I mean, this actually is something that we can do on camera. I can show you me editing these things and like coming up with text for what it should say and all that sort of stuff. And this, I like this. Like I don't know, the time just kind of flew by doing all of this because I really like designing things in general, like artsy sort of things where you have to design stuff. I like that. So it's very easy for me to just get lost kind of doing this. And I think it turned out really great. Like I'm actually really happy about what we created here. I didn't really expect it to, this is not what I expected for today. So yeah, but that's the goal. The goal is achieved, which is just to keep like going, keep hammering away at this project, no matter what, no matter the confusion, no matter the uncertainty of like, how do I do this and where do I go? I know that if I sit down for a certain amount of time and I just try my best to come up with what to do, if you keep repeating that, if you layer days and days and days on top of each other of doing that, you're going to get somewhere. I recently saw this reel by Chris Williamson from the Modern Wisdom podcast, And he said that, like, because he's pretty famous now, he's hanging out with all kinds of successful people. And he said that the quote was like, it's idiots all the way to the top. And what he meant is not that they're stupid or anything like that. It's just that they're not better than anyone else. It's just that they kind of try and keep trying. And they don't know what they're doing, but they keep trying it. And at some point, maybe it works out. And so far for me, I feel like everything is everything is progressing in the right direction. It's slow and it's not very fast. It's not very flashy, I guess, but we are progressing towards the goal of, like, first of all, just publishing it, and then next getting users, all of that stuff. And I have no intention of stopping anytime soon. So yeah, but now I have to go. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you in the next one, which will be on Wednesday. And we'll continue doing this and see if we can get it done, essentially. But yeah, see you then.